die once more, but in time will be no more.
Wrote that for you. I'm gonna sing it at your funeral.
You're supposed to be dead.
Get up. Wheel the money out. Out the window.
You know whose money this is? You know whose building this is?
Howard Saints.
You're not gonna believe this.
We're really sorry about your family.
What do you think he does?
Maybe he's an artist.
Get everyone in. We're going hunting.
This is not vengeance. No, not vengeance.
It's punishment.
Call the Russian.
Took everything from me.
Make Castle dead!
Those who do evil to others will come to know me well.
No one's ever stood up for me before.
Call me the Punisher.
Hello everyone, welcome, my name is Phoenix and this is the Consumer's Guide to Filmmaking. The Punisher, 2004, Jonathan Hensleigh. This film follows a man named Frank Castle. Having worked an undercover op for the FBI, Frank goes on vacation before transferring to the London Bureau and starting his retirement, essentially. However, Frank runs the ire of one Howard Saint, who puts a hit out on Frank. Left for dead, Frank is anything but, and swears revenge. Finding his way back to the city, Frank becomes Howard Saint's and the criminal underworld's worst nightmare. The Punisher. I hadn't seen this film in a hot minute, and I gotta say, upon rewatching it, this film is a fucking early 2000s dumpster fire. Like, good fucking god. Like, why do you gotta do my boy like that? Now, as you have probably gathered in the past little while, I am a huge Punisher mark. I have loved this character since I was a young lad. The 2005 video game, despite its flaws, is nothing but good vibes, but we'll talk about that one in a little bit. But when it comes to movies, this character has had a rough go of it. Films like this are definitely part of the problem. The script, I think, has very little to do with the Punisher. This writer took a few characters from the comics, padded it with generic early 2000s tripe, and called it a day. The beginning of this film just took way too long to get to the fucking point, and I had to sit through the corniest, most uninspired dialogue imaginable before we even got to any punishing. We also have fucking John Travolta being really Travolta in this section, and really throughout the entire film. Strange individual, that man. Once we get to the second act, where the Punisher actually gets to be, you know, the Punisher, the film becomes more tolerable. The pace picks up more, and the action scenes are pretty entertaining. The fight with the Russian was quite fun. It was very reminiscent of the Welcome Back Frank comics. Thomas Jane in this film cuts a hell of a presence as the Punisher. He's got the voice, he's looking yoked, and he does an okay job selling the character. We're not exactly talking a great performance, but for a Punisher film, he gets the job done. Once we get to this second act, this is where the film's unique influences begin to show. I once examined this movie as part of a high school film studies project to understand the tenets of a particular genre, specifically action. But I actually think this has more in common with a Western than it does an action film. It's a tried and true revenge tale, a cowboy left for dead by the evil outlaw. There are Mexican standoffs, there's plenty of allusions to the Old West throughout, etc, etc. Take it on those terms, yeah, the film still blows dick, but the more blustery elements of the direction begin to make sense. For the most part, the cinematography is super plain in terms of framing and lighting. It rarely shows anything that is inspired. One such sequence being the one where Howard kills Quentin with it being lit by lightning and whatnot. That was kinda cool. The action throughout has some decent presentation, especially the final set piece at Howard Saint's little club deal. Like, that was a lot of fun. But I think it's the score that really makes it memorable. The score is definitely a Western-tinged score. It is super blustery and really hits those overly sentimental horn and string passages hard. Especially so in the beginning portion. It's all corny, but it oddly works for The Punisher, and I was never explicitly turned off by it. But the soundtrack? It's the early 2000s, and it's butt rock fucking central. But Step Up by Drowning Pool is kind of a bop, though. Overall, this film is bad, but I'm a Punisher fanboy through and through, so it's not like I was dying. Thomas Jane is one of the better Punisher performances, especially as a voice performance in the video game, but again, we'll talk about that soon. But it's a shame he was attached to this generic piece of early 2000s bullshit. Unless you are literally me and wearing this, you can skip this movie. And I am feeling a 4.5 to a 5 out of 10 on this one. Like, the only reason I give it the range score is because, like, I'm a Punisher guy, and it's amusing. Catch you later, guys.